Hello, a very good evening to all of you. Today, I'm going to discuss a formal letter which is written to the newspaper editor. And the question is taken from Cambridge 17, test number 2. You have just read an article in a national newspaper which claims that town centers in your country all look very similar to each other. You don't fully agree in this opinion, write a letter to the editor of the newspaper. In your letter, say which points in the article you agree with. Explain ways in which your town center is different from most other town centers. Offer to give guided tour of your town to the writer of the article. So we have the letter question here, so that we have understood that this is a formal letter. So the salutation is follows. Dear sir or madam, I'm writing in relation to an article which you published recently about the town centers of my country, to which I have some objections. So I have some objections regarding the article which you published recently about the town centers of my country. So why I'm writing in relation to an article. You have published an article on your uh, national newspaper. So I read the article yesterday. So you have said that you read the article very recently. So I read the article yesterday while I was on my way to work. So when did you read? That was on yesterday on my way to work. One thing which I completely agree with you is that all our town centers are circular in appearance. Now, this is what I have to agree with you. So all our town centers in my country are circular in appearance. Another point which is true is that most of those have corridors. Now, not all, most of those have corridors. So this is the second thing. So the points which I completely agree to what is published in the article. Number one is that the town centers are circular. Number two, most of the town centers have corridors. However, none of our town centers are very similar. Now explain ways in which your town center is different from most of our town centers. Other town centers are different from your town center. In which way it is different? None of our town centers are very similar. It means not as similar. There may be some similarities, but none of our town centers are very, very similar. It has similarities, of course, but it is not very similar. And this is because our country was once colonized by English, Portuguese, and Dutch. And many are designed by their architects. So I can say, I can cut short of this paragraph. None of our town centers are very similar as those are designed by English, Portuguese, and Dutch. At different time periods. Okay, unlike other town centers, ours have no housing colonies. Now, none of our town centers are very similar, as those are designed by English, by, I have to say, the English, Portuguese, and the Dutch at different time periods. Unlike other town centers, ours have no housing colonies. Do you have any other speciality from other towns? Yes, I have to add one more point if because they are asking ways in which your town center is different. So I need to add, I may need one more point there. One other difference is that our town center one other difference is that our town center has its main entrance towards the south. Okay, so this is another difference. So this, unlike where others have their entrance towards the east. So I have said, unlike other town centers, ours have no housing colonies. That's number one. One other difference is that our town center has its main entrance towards the south, whereas others have their entrances towards the east. Now, I have the last questions to be addressed. Offer to give guided tour of the town of your town to the writer of the article. It would be highly appreciated if you could visit my town once so that you would get a better picture. It would also help you to frame another interesting article, since our town has a lot of specialities. So it would be highly appreciated if you could visit my town once so that you would get a better picture. It would also help you to frame another interesting article. I would offer you a guided tour and I think this would definitely help you to frame another interesting article. Okay, so I can conclude the paragraph there. I would offer you a guided tour, and I think this would definitely help you to frame another interesting article. I look forward to hearing from you. Yours faithfully, Simon. So that's the end of the letter. So that's the solution for this particular question. Have a nice day.